Good day, good people, and welcome to the only place where everybody knows the squad. They killed the thought, so we applaud. You wanna go where people know that Sayaka is a fraud. You wanna go where everybody knows the squad. Where chaos reigns, where despair claims, and where this season justice was the name. Welcome to Danganronpa Hunger Games by the Numbers, Season 4. Good day, good people. Now that we're here in the facials, you guys, it's once again time for By the Numbers. You know the drill by now. The fourth installment in the series. We've got tons of numbers to throw at you. Tons of them. Hundreds, thousands. We don't actually have thousands, or really, I guess we kind of do have hundreds. We might have thousands of numbers. There's a bunch of characters now I'm thinking about it. I'm not looking at any of the numbers right now. I'm just completely going offhand. There's a number that I'm going to bring up. We have thousands of numbers. We do. We do have thousands of numbers. Interesting. But that's not what we're here for. This is Danganronpa, Hunger Games by the Numbers. But before we get into the numbers, tell me, who do you think? Because I gotta ask you guys a question. That's how I ask you guys a question. You go ahead and comment. That's how this works. That's how this whole thing works. Tell me, who do you think the top 3 killers are in singles action for the season? The top 3 killers for tag team action this season, and the top 3 killers in the series as a whole across all 4 seasons, excluding preseason. Give me those. I can't make the same. I can't guess with you guys, unfortunately, because I know all of the numbers. That's just how it goes. But as you guys, well, that's not going to be the first thing. So you guys go ahead and make that. You can listen to me as you make that one, because there's not action you're missing right now, because we're just going to talk about the season as a whole, which was a wild one. Because as mentioned earlier on in the intro, we had justice like none other. This season was the Oprah of justice. Ibuki, you get a win. Yuta, you get a win. Mondo, you get a win. Kyoko, you get a win. Seiko, you get a win. Angie, you get a win. Leon, you get a win. Non-AI Chiaki, you get a win. And in pacifist style, you get a win. If we even count freaking preseason, Kotoko, you get a win. And Mikan, Agent of Chaos, you get a win. But speaking of people who haven't won, Ryoma. This was the Despair Dimension series, or season rather. Ryoma was the Iron Man this season, competing again and again. And again, after losing not one, but both of his partners by episode 6. But he knows how to carry a team because he won the very second tag team match in the entire series. And speaking of teams, this has been the season of teamwork between the Pimped Out Rides, who have all gotten a win except for Kazuichi. And it's been the season of the team that I personally manage, the greatest team of all time, Band Aid. Even though there's kind of been a monkey wrench thrown in there, with Mikan being the Agent of Chaos and Ibuki being the champ, and then Mikan eventually making Ibuki lose the championship, but Seiko pulled the team together by getting 2 wins by herself. And not just 2 wins by herself in tag team action, she also went ahead and she was like, you know what, I might as well pick up a win in singles action too. And not only a win, pick up a secret achievement too. This wasn't Band-Aid's season, this was Seiko's season. Cause she got 3 wins, and she got a secret achievement, but she's not alone in getting 3 wins. Makoto, Luck Boy, No Mace Naegi, also picking up 3 wins. But he's not alone either. Kind of. Even though they're 2 separate entities, Non-AI Chiaki and AI Chiaki got a combined 3 wins this season, which I would normally just not pay attention to, and I'd be like, hey, they're 2 different people. But the fact that they got the same, the win in the exact same fashion, not 1 time, not 2 times, but between those 2, all 3 times, is the most ridiculous thing that I have seen. She is truly the Sheep Lord. Sheep Lord Chiaki. Sheep Lord Chiaki, Sheep Shifting Monica, and Sheep Wrangling Sonya. They're your holy trinity of the sheep. Put them together. Get them together. Get these girls on a team, I swear. Put them on a team. I'm for it. I'm all for it. The Sheep Trinity. I'm down for that. Whew. That means between Makoto, Seiko, and both Chiakis, they've won 9 out of 25 games this season. 36% of the time, it was either a Chiaki, a Makoto, or a Seiko winning. That's unheard of. They are the holy trinity of dominance this season. When we think of dominance, we think of these three for season 4. But that's just in terms of wins. Let's also take a look at kills and we need to see who found themselves on the top of the kill ladder, who climbed to the very top of the KO ladder, starting with single game KOs. People with 5 KOs in a single game. In tag team action, we had, well, yeah, it is the season of Seiko, so I hope you're not surprised to see Seiko. We had Kaie, Day, Kanon, Angie, Togami, Monotaro, Fuyuhiko, Haruhi from Danganronpa Hope Restoration, Teru, and we had Masaru. And in singles action, we had Fuyuhiko, the OC Daruma, Hyoko, the new OC champ, Ayumi, and freaking Sayaka. If we go on to people who got 6 kills in a single game, we had, in tag team action, Toko, a part of Your Girls, Literary Arts. One of my favorite teams that didn't get a lot of shine this year, but hopefully they got some shine in the fan votes, maybe, possibly. And in terms of singles, not a soul. Nobody got 6 kills in a single game in terms of singles action. 7 kills though. Tag team action, we had Sayaka and Ruruka, former tag team partners, getting some matching kills, and they both got them in the same episode actually. And there's nobody with 7 kills from singles action. However, both 8 and 9 kills in a single game are your tops for the season. 8 kills in a single game was Hajime. And with a snap of his fingers and a couple other kills doing a little bit of extra dirty work, Dae Hyun with 9 KOs in a single game, which is ridiculous. I think we've only beaten that once. I think only one person has double digits, and that's in preseason, so we don't really count that. We don't even count that one for real. But if we're gonna turn to most kills. We're talking cumulative now. That was single game, and that's fancy. Just who had a good game, who did the best in terms of kills this entire season. In terms of teams, the highest tag team combined kill of all time were Bro Down with 29 last season. And they still remain the best tag team performance in a season in terms of KOs because nobody topped that. In third place was the Split Squad with 18. Second place, the Babysitters Club with 21. And in first place this season, Small and Mighty, Chihiro and Fuyuhiko racked up 23 total KOs together. And if we look at individual performance in tag team action, the highest person from last season to get the most kills in tag team action was Nagito with 20 KOs, and that did not happen either. Nobody's gonna beat that one either. This season, we had Toko, Kaede, and Fuyuhiko cashing in 12, tying for second place, all 3 of them with 12. But oddly enough, this man's is a sleeper pick, does do suspiciously well in games. Masaru takes 14 kills, the best performer cumulatively in tag team action. And then if we look at singles, it's just fine. It's gonna be a fun time. Not a lot of singles kills. They were chilling this season because tied in second, Kokichi and Kaie, they with a perfect 10 KOs. And in terms of the number one, we had Wizard Robe Hajime with 11. And that's so many kills, so much blood was shed. But in terms of who got the most kills overall in combined singles and tag team action, last season, Nagito had 31. Nobody's besting that. Not this season at least. Seiko, Hajime, and Fuyuhiko all tie once again with a total of 19 KOs. All together this season. Of course, it's the season of the Seiko. You're gonna see her name a lot. But in first this season, with 22 KOs to her name, once again, my ride or die, Kaie Day. And then if we combine all 4 seasons, ladies and gentlemen, we get the kills from all of the previous 3 seasons. And all of season 4, excluding preseason. We can get your top 10 killers of the series. In 10th place, dropping down after last season. She was in 9th, but now she's in 10th. It is Himiko with 52. Out of nowhere, Rock just literally jetting up to 9th place. Chihiro with 53. Mew dropping to 8th. She was in 7th with 54. Nakamaru goes up to 7th instead with 56. In 6th place, we have Kokichi, who dropped from 5th and now has 57. And this is a surprising one. Nagito in 5th place, dropping from 1st last season because he only got a single kill this season, which is shocking. But he spent some time in the Despair Dimension, so I guess that kind of explains that. Junko drops from 3rd and goes to 4th. She is now 4th with 62. Shuichi drops from 2nd, and he is now in 3rd with 63. Sayaka moves up from 4th to 2nd and now has 64. And because of her performance this season, your new all-time killer, the best killer in the series, it's your girl, Kaie Day with 67. She's the best in the world. You guys never forget it. Don't forget it. Speaking of appearances, who did appear the most times this season? That is a tie between Kazuichi, the ultimate pimp, and the master of the dark arts, Kotoko, with 15 apiece. Ryoma, Kibo, Makoto, Kaede, and Ibuki clocked in at 14 each, tying for 2nd place. And with that, I point you to Seiko, who did the same performance as Genocide Jack last season. Appeared exactly 10 times and won 3 games. So if she's repeating everything that Genocide Jack did, then I think the safest bet for the singles finale is Seiko. Because Genocide Jack just ended up picking up her 4th win and getting the title. Huh. That's nuts. I'll remember that. So 30% win rate, and jeez, even Nane Chiaki only appeared 5 times and got her 1 win. That's a 20% win rate. Let's go Seiko. Let's go Seiko. Season of the Seiko. Don't forget it. Never forget it. And in terms of other fun little stats, Chihiro was robbed twice, as was Junko, getting 2nd places. 2 2nd places apiece. They were your top 2nd place performers, and despite how hard it would have been to get last place more than once this season, a season that stops you from appearing after it happens, sending you to the Despair Dimension, Masaru was able to accomplish that goal and get last place twice. And and still became the top killer for the teams. That man's secretly a legend. I take it back. That man's is a legend. Speaking of twice, those who found themselves in the Despair Dimension twice were Gonta, now, and Jotaro. And the soul who spent the longest time in the Despair Dimension, Juzo, who found himself there for 70 days. 10 weeks, almost the entire season. And when he was released, he still could not win. F's in the chat for Juzo. But one last fun little tidbit about this one. In Season 1 and Season 2, there were a total of 172 unique characters. 290 unique characters with the addition of Season 3. And now, with your new OCs, and your pop-up appearances for Fangan projects from across the community, 395 unique entries have stepped into the Hunger Games just in seasonal action into the Hunger Games arena. So who else could show up? Certainly more OCs, so we're gonna break that 400. Could we see some Golden Deer? Surprise appearances from a Somnium or two? I'll have to wait and see what Season 5 has in store. But, to do that, we have to get through these fan votes. And y'all had a ton. A literal ton. 11 from singles, 2 from tag teams, and let's take a peek at them, day by day. In your first day, you had 4 singles votes, a batch of 4. The second placers, people with 4 or more kills in a single game, 7 or more cumulative kills in singles action, and singles appearance, people who only appeared in one singles game. The second placers, you all voted, and the ultimate pimp was who you selected. Pimp Kazuichi makes his way through with 4+ kills. You guys also selected Kaki Maki, making her way from the squad, represent, to the singles finale. And a very wise decision with 7 cumulative kills. You're feeling the power of Kaye Day, also joining the singles finale. And lastly, in the singles category, the only character, the first singles fan vote that is not a Danganronpa character, Jin, has found his way into the singles finale. Congratulations to those 4, and then on to day 1's tag teams. Your tag team selection for Dimensional Travelers. You saw week after week he struggled. You saw week after week he tried to bring his homies back. You thought that they deserved another chance. And so the Pimp's entourage makes their way to the tag team finale. And we move on to day 2. In the singles votes, you had Gone But Not Forgotten, Banishers and Reapers, The Saviors, and Lost and Found. Gone But Not Forgotten, the luminary of the losers, finds himself winning the fan vote. Kaito Momota, Luminary of the Stars, is now in both brackets because of your fan votes. Banishers and Reapers. As much as I must regret it, I gotta give props where props are due. She banished 3 people to the Despair Dimension. You guys recognized that. You guys thought she deserved it. So freaking Sayaka has snaked her way to the singles finale. But softening that blow, your saviors, a man who saved a lovely princess, the supreme overlord of ice, Gundam Tanaka was your pick. And Lost and Found. A man who wasn't around a lot this season. But you all were rooting for him to come back. In fact, your votes brought him back. Your votes specifically for Timeline Day, Gonta joins the fray in the singles action. And then Day 2's tag team Opportunity Knocks. This is a team that didn't have much opportunity, and a team that you could say was robbed last season. These three are going to try and work together and solve the mystery of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. Will Kyoko, Shuichi, and Keiji be able to put it all together and win themselves a tag team championship? Because you voted expert deductions into the tag team bracket. And lastly, filling it all out, Day 3. You had memes, you had characters with 35 or more KOs across the entire series, and you had your OC top 15, those who finished from 2nd to 15th place, or I guess 15th to 2nd place. Your memes, as if I even need to say it. It is. It was a party last week. It was a party the week before that. And the week before that. In fact, we are what? It's April. And I'll say we're 16 weeks into the year. It has been a party every one of those 16 weeks. Corey in the house. It's a party every week. And it's a party. In the finale, he has been voted in pretty much every time. Every time except for once. One time he did not win the meme category. This is not that time. Ladies and gentlemen, 35 plus. She was dominant last season. Took a little break this season because she found herself in the despair dimension. But she's been brought out, and she's been brought to the singles finale. And more importantly, she's ho-ho-hoing and hollyin' and jollyin'. Holly Jolly squad member Celeste is here for your singles bracket. And your OC top 15. This was a close one at the start, and then it just kind of... You guys apparently really... I will admit, this is a fantastic design. And you guys must agree because coming in with a good chunk of the votes, Rico, Yoro, Kobe has taken the final spot in the singles bracket. And with that, we can finally bring up the singles bracket. There they all are. The stage is set. Singles finale next week. Next Friday. And we can bring up the tag team bracket. That action is happening tomorrow. This Friday. In fact, now that you guys know everything, it's happening right after I record. I will know right after this is done who will be your next Danganronpa Hunger Games Tag Team Champions of the world. Who will it be? I have no idea. But hope you guys are ready for it. I am ready for it. I'm gonna switch back. It's been up for a while because I was like, oh, I'm excited for this one. We got a good field. I'm excited for really both of them. It's really a good field for both halves. But that's it. We are set. We are set for singles action. We are set for tag team action. And we're getting set for season 5. Oh yes, I am ready for that. I'm probably gonna mention this 1.5 times, but I have been ready for season 5 since before season 4. Before I knew what season 4 was gonna be about, I knew what I wanted to do for season 5. I did. I'm excited. I've been waiting for it. I've really realized, like, once we get through this one, it's time. When I got this on, I'll probably take, ooh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this, yeah, I'm gonna take this off. And I'm gonna put it on all cool, like, tomorrow, or in a couple of minutes for me. Tomorrow for you. Stay classy. Good voting, except for one. That's how I'll end this. Sayaka wins. That singles finale. The Hunger Games champion of championships. I blame all of you. No, not all of you. That seems unfair. I blame half of you. And I will randomly select the half. I'll just flip a coin every time I talk to someone. I blame you. I blame you. I blame you. I don't blame you. You got heads. You got lucky. Don't blame you either. But you got tails. I blame you. Ladies and gentlemen, that pencil is gone forever. Year of the Horizon. Toon Link, Dave, and your squad's own United States Aviator. In this glorious day, on the Year of the Horizon. Stay classy. Toodaloo. Gosh, we are less than 24 hours away. Less than 24 hours away from the end of the tag team season 4 adventure. And then just like a week away, a week and a day away from the singles. I gotta get this done. I'm ready for it. I'm gonna take a deep breath. And I will let this deep breath go until I click stop recording here and then immediately click start again and then put my jacket on. I'm gonna, look, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm gonna put it on real cool, like, just get ready for it. Just get ready for it. Toodaloo. Flight crew. Thanks for watching. Dave, let me forget. The secret episode. First of all, this is done. This is after the outro. So, let me tell you how you get it. First of all, you can get it from the eye icon. You can get it from there. It is available now, but here's how you really get it. What you had to do was get all the Daves. Well, there were two important factors of your Daves. It depended on which side of the screen Dave was on and which half of the screen Dave was on. If Dave was on the upper half of the screen, it was an uppercase letter. If Dave was on the lower half of the screen, it was a lowercase letter. And here's the tricky part. If Dave was on the left side of the screen, you had to shift the letter in the first goggle left the number of spaces in the second goggle. So if the first goggle had like C and the second one had 2 and you were shifting left, you had to shift it left 2, so you would go C, B, A. So A would be your answer. And if he was on the upper half of the screen, it would be an uppercase A. Lower half of the screen, lowercase a. That is how you solved it. This one was more involved, more difficult to figure out, and there were less clues. So if some of you got it. You did. I'm proud of you. I really am. But if you want to see that episode, it is up there. It is probably not, I didn't make the other one public, so it'll probably never be public, but you know, it's a fun little feature for by the numbers and you have an episode to watch today. I like that. That is how it goes. Stay classy. Toodaloo. Flight crew.